Hi, it's Elise here. Now, I've been doing a really quick mini series this week on a topic that keeps coming up for my coaching clients, and particularly my professional women coaching clients. And I know that it's something that I've also suffered from a lot in my early career as well, and that's the issue of avoiding conflict. Now, I'm going to do five tips over the next few days, and I've already done tips 1 and 2. This is tip number 3. So very quickly, before I jump into tip number 3, in case you missed tip number 1, that was all about actually not avoiding conflict in the first place. We need to embrace it. So the following 4 tips were to show you how to do that. The first tip then in not avoiding conflict was to not take it personally. I think way too often we think that the conflict is about us, and that makes us, very defensive, makes us run away from the situation. Often it's not about us at all. It's actually, we're not that important in the conversation. So tip number 2 was not to take it personally. So let's move on to tip number 3, today's tip. And this is one that has been really transformational for me in managing conflict, and especially in managing conflict with what we might call a challenging individual at work, somebody that we don't particularly have a very good relationship with, somebody that we see maybe as negative, somebody who holds authority, wants to wield control. All of the above would make somebody a challenging individual. So when I've been previously planning to go into a conversation with a challenging individual, or in a challenging situation with that individual, the one thing that has made a huge difference for me is to do some prep and to think about this situation from their point of view, to leave behind what this means to me or what I want to get out of the situation or the outcome that I'm looking for, and to just think about how does this person view this challenge and what's going on in their lives, their careers that I know about that would make this even more potent. And then to move on to, and how can I help? How can I actually bring benefit to this situation, to this individual, to ease the passage of this challenge? Now, this does take some discipline, especially if you don't like that individual or, you view them as really confrontational. But believe me, it is worth the effort to do, because what it does is it totally shifts our energy before we go into that conversation. And our energy is a very potent thing in that room. And it will also help them see that we are not being defensive, we're not being confrontational, and that we are actually taking their point of view into consideration. So that's my tip number 3, is to look at it from their point of view, walk in their shoes. So I hope you're enjoying these tips. I'd love to hear if you are in the comments below, and look out for tips 4 and 5. Until then.